Well, my name is Angelo. This is the beautiful Martin Broda, and we're from a band called Abandon All Ships, and we're on Hard Times TV.
Yeah.
This is like a blast in the future.
Yeah.
Yes.
Weird.
I was talking to you about Infamous.
Infamous, yep.
And of course, now I can actually ask the question because you
Ask.
guys dealt a bit into the political realm.
Ask him.
So
Politics.
you mentioned healthcare before.
Yep.
So obviously, I don't know if it's what has changed in your life recently that you start talking about politics as opposed to fist pumping.
Yeah.
Which of course there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
So is there anything specific? Are you guys getting older? What is the?
I think that we've seen America like enough times to know that like, let's say we're talking about healthcare. The healthcare system is very fucked up there. One of our guitar players exploded their appendix.
How much was it?
Pardon?
$40,000.
$40,000. His appendix burst. It was somewhere in Texas.
Okay.
And his name was Kyler. Shout out to Kyler. What's up? He actually left the band a long time ago, but he was having like stomach problems. Apparently, it was his appendix, and it was $40,000 to remove it. But we had health insurance. We had insurance. Well prepared.
Fuck. Who was the smart one? Who called that?
The
Who
health
said,
insurance?
Let's get some health insurance before we go.
Oh, I think his parents bought it for him.
I think his parents bought it for him, but we all have health insurance.
Oh, great.
We're not stupid.
Okay, so we met a long time ago.
Good
We
times.
meet again. Always fun.
Always fun.
What have you learned in the past 4 years? You said you've been touring. You know, you guys reached a different plateau than most bands have. So what have you learned? What are you still learning? What is the things that changes? What are the things that remain the same?
Well, the things that remain the same is that we love music. I think the things that have changed for me is I prefer to write music over playing music.
Okay.
Generally, but I've been very vocal about that for the last couple of years, but that's my opinion. I don't
know. For me, I still like touring.
I like
writing music.
Yeah, it's fun to tour. It is. It's not like
It does get a little bit tough at times,
yeah,
obviously.
it's
but
very mind numbing.
yeah, I don't know. Like, we're still the same people that we were 4 years ago, to be honest.
Because I remember the interview we did. There's still three of the same guys in the band. I mean, which is.
Yeah.
I mean, most bands you see coming around after 4 years, it's like there's not even one member of the original band. So you know.
So we have 3 original members still. The rest is a revolving door.
Yeah, well,
It's
know,
a known
that's how it
fact
goes,
of our
right?
band. You know, people leave. You know, I think we've been doing this since 2006. So like, it's just human nature to like not to want to change. You know, go to school or pursue other things, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I also noticed that in Infamous, you guys seem to get darker. I mean, I'm sure there's a reflection upon many things. Or some of the strongest reflection that made you go dark in that album?
I don't know. Love.
Breakups.
Said dated a girl for 6 years, and we broke up maybe a year before we wrote that record. And like that year was spent for me, especially reflecting on like touring with a girlfriend and like all the things that could have went wrong or right. You know, I thought I was gonna marry that girl.
Okay.
And it was I think like a lot of the inspiration for the record came from being not exactly breaking up with girls or anything about women in particular, but from being away from something you love, whether it be home, your mother, your girlfriend, your dog, anything.
So, because I remember last time we had talked, I had mentioned this to you guys. I was worried about you guys touring so much that you would get tired of it or start like flipping over. And you were like, I remember you telling me talked about your grandmother coming over and they work nonstop. How does that question still apply today? Do you feel like you're working too much and not doing enough of what you want to do at home and be with your family, or you still believe that there's time for that eventually? Or
I can answer that question like bluntly, but you can go ahead.
I don't know. Like your family is always gonna be there. I don't know, but like you do miss them. It's life,
Yeah.
Like touring is life.
For me, I've experienced a lot of death in my life.
Okay.
With friends and lots of relatives. I've been to a lot of funerals, and I grew up around the concept of eventually you die.
Yeah.
So I kind of accepted that concept at an early age. And what scares me, when I'm on tour, honestly, I reflect on my grandmother dying.
Yeah.
And I'm very close to my grandmother. She basically raised me with my mom, single parent home. And she's older, she's 75. And I think about that a lot. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I have this like general fear that I'm gonna be somewhere like fucking 20 hours away.
Yeah.
20 hours on a plane, like somewhere in Europe or something.
Stranded somewhere.
Yeah, like somewhere, and I'm gonna get a terrible phone call. You know, my heart, I get anxiety when my mother calls me.
Okay.
So I'm like, fuck, is she gonna call me? Like, it was my grandmother. That's something I think about. I've been very vocal about that since the beginning of the band too,
Yeah.
because I'm very close with her. But that's like my main, I guess, fear.
Okay. Also, on the last album, when I remember talking to you, we talked about the little not shtick or the thing you used to do, but the Guido and the thing, whatever. The fist
Still
pumping.
Guidos. We're still Guidos.
I know you are. Less of it in this album, which is cool. And you had mentioned that you wanted to get away from that too. Georgia Shore cancel. Is this the end of Guide?
The end of the mainstream Guide. But being a Guide wasn't mainstream in the 90s.
I know
And
that.
that's where we grew up.
I know.
It's not gonna change, man.
It's in here.
Yeah.
You don't have to look it. It's always in here.
Okay, so
Sure.
they're still gonna be Guide forever.
Oh, 100%.
My hair's still slicked back. Maybe not right now because I was
Yeah,
wearing
yeah,
a
yeah.
hat recently, but
So how do you feel about the I guess the rejection of Guide from the mainstream?
I don't know. You know, everything comes to an end.
Okay,
Every trend,
Every trend.
okay,
And you know, I'm not too concerned.
okay.
We
Cool.
still have a good time.
Okay, so what's up with you guys next? I mean, are you guys touring? I mean, the album just came out, so
We're doing a tour with Hollywood and Dead next, actually.
Okay.
Across Canada. Something that's long overdue.
okay.
A good Canadian support tour.
Are you guys but you still up to touring a lot? Like you said, when you mentioned 4 years, it was like it's a long fucking time.
Yeah. We don't tour as much, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll definitely calm down.
Yeah, if the opportunity comes up, I'm sure we'll take it if it's a good tour. But you definitely calm down. Like our first year was the most hectic year because we're trying to get established in the States, and I don't know. It's kind of calmed down. Like everybody knows our name, so we don't need to tour as much, I guess.
If you don't like the music, don't come to the shows.
Yeah.
But we're not trying to. I don't think we're trying to. I think we're more. I'm never content exactly with life, but I'm more content with the fact that Abandon All Ships has done what we had to do to get to the point we're at right now. And if you enjoy the music, come to the shows. If you don't, like, I'm fine playing to 100 people.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather play to 100 people that really enjoy it and really appreciate it than 10,000 people who may not like it or
Yeah.
may not particularly attach to it. Generally.
Today we had a stripped down set,
Yeah.
and I actually enjoyed the sound because it was actually a raw sound. It
Yeah.
was more raw sounding. There was, I mean, I don't know if you still laser on state, but it was just a raw show.
Today was one of those weird ones.
But it was
But you just
cool.
appreciate it, yeah.
But it's cool because I'm sure you guys more than anybody get a lot of hate.
Of course.
The haters will be haters.
Of course.
But at the base, it's still his heavy music, and it still is you guys have some guys fucking riffs, and some awesome pop parts too. But mostly people, have they can't get past that. But today I listened to this. It's like this is still a heavy fucking band.
Yeah.
There's no and it was cool, and I actually enjoyed the stripped down set.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I don't know.
Yeah, I have more fun. I have more fun with these last minute shows than I do with, the whole, production and the whole crew being here. Today was a really hectic day, and we actually left exactly on time to get here for our set.
I don't know. To me, it feels like it's 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's kind of going back to
You
where we
you
started.
remember?
Yeah, I remember. I mean,
You remember the core of Abandon All Ships?
Yeah.
We were that
stupid
Canadian band with that stupid gimmick, and it was good. It was fun times, man. I had a great time.
Listen, it was fun back then. It's still fun today.
Thank you,
I
thank
mean,
you.
I'm
I'm
here
still
because of
enjoying it,
music.
man. I'm still having a good time.
I mean, on a Sunday, it's hard too. I could have opted out, but I told him, I enjoyed the last two albums. I mean,
Thank you, man.
I love the last album. I haven't even heard the other one before that because I've been listening so much to the new one.
Yeah.
And it's more mature. I like where it's going, and
Thank you.
I also like the fact that you're doing more clean vocals. And I think that's to me it's important because it's a departure and it's a variety, and
Exactly.
Everybody grows, tastes change.
Yeah.
You have to change.
So where is the band now going musically in the future?
We haven't really talked about it, but
Haven't talked about it yet.
Okay.
We'll see.
still up in the air.
We'll see.
Okay, so I gotta go catch my last metro. I don't know what you call it in Toronto, subway or whatever.
Subway.
Subway.
So this will be goodbye, and hopefully we'll see you
This will be a
soon.
goodbye. Can I do one shout out?
See.
There's a band from Canada called Three Crowns, and they constantly save our ass, bringing us the shows when our big, disgusting vehicles explode, and filling in for us when members can't come.
The
So
drummer was
please, drummer was Mel. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Please do me a favor, Canada and America, or whoever sees this video, go to www.facebook.com/3crowns and push like and follow that band. Not only are they great, they save our lives. And Gaddy's cute. He's
And
cute.
where would you say last word?
I don't know. Thank you guys for supporting us.
Yeah.
Thus far.
Thank you.
Well said, Martin.
Thank you.